Namaste, welcome to this full-length yoga basics sequence where I'm going to guide you through a complete practice of postures, breath work, meditation and Shavasana. I recommend using 2 blocks for this practice if you have them at home or anything similar that you can find. And the theme for this practice is going to be the yogic teaching of Satya, which means truthfulness, and how this teaching applies to our practice on the mat. To begin, bring the hands to the heart, and we'll set our intention to practice Satya, truthfulness. Close the eyes and dip the chin. Push the thumbs to the sternum. And as you inhale, lift your sternum. As you exhale, open the mouth inside out. Dip the chin. Breathe into the heart. Breathe out from the heart. May our actions always be honest. May we strive to collaborate with, witness, and be present for the truth. As it is, not as we are. So in this practice, we step into this stream of honesty, which really means to be supremely present in every pose, in every moment, connecting with truth. Deep breath in through the nose, side out the mouth, and then release the backs of your hands to your thighs, palms facing up. Lift your chin so it's parallel to the floor, and softly open your eyes. To begin, come into a tabletop position, just placing your blocks off to one side. Tuck your toes, lift your hips up and back, and come into downward facing dog. Just pedal your feet, sway your hips a little, warming up the backs of your legs. And now let's align our dogs. So bending the knees, lifting the heels, looking forwards to your hands. Spread your fingers really wide. Index fingers are parallel. Now ground the index knuckles down as you spiral the upper arm bones forward. Depress your shoulder blades down the back. And shift your gaze to your feet. As you lift your sit bones high, extending the lower back, breathe in deeply. And as you breathe out, stretch your inner thighs back, heels towards the mat, only as far as you're able to maintain the integrity of your spine into its natural curves. Take a couple of breaths here, breathing into the body, and just feeling where the stretch needs to go. And then on your next inhale, rise up into the balls of your feet. Exhale, swivel your heels to the right, stretching into the left side body. And then send your breath all the way down into the left lobes of the lung, opening and expanding the left rib cage. And then come back to center and off to the left-hand side. Look up under your right armpit and send the breath there. Feeling that juicy right lat stretch. And then come back to center. Steady breath in. Slow breath out. And now look forward to your hands and walk your feet to the top of your mat. Feet hip distance apart, grab opposite elbows, bow forward, ragdoll pose, sway from left to right. Sending the breath into the lower back. And then releasing the hands to the floor, ground down through the feet. Draw your sit bones towards your heels as you slowly roll up, rounding the lower back, the mid back, the upper back, and then the shoulders roll down the back as the crown of your head lifts. Bring the hands to the heart. Close the eyes. Connect back in with your intention, Satya. Connecting with this moment. And then activate Ujjayi breath, breathing through the nose. Out through the nose, bringing that light constriction to your throat as you exhale. Staying attuned to the sound, the sensation, and balanced flow of your breath as you move through your sun salutations. Being supremely present to the flow of your breath. And release the hands down. Open the eyes, soften your knees. Inhale, reach your arms up, look up, offering up your intention of Satya. And as you exhale, bow forward, diving down and moving towards that honest effort without overdoing. Inhale, halfway lift, hands to shins. As you exhale, step your right foot back, come into a low lunge. TP the fingers. Inhale, lengthen the spine and look forward. Exhale, step back, downward facing dog. Inhale, rock forwards to plank pose. Hold it here. Push the floor away. Fingers are spread. Fingertips press into the floor. Thighs are engaged and heels are pressing back. Now drag your wrist towards your feet and your feet towards your wrists to fire up your core. Steady breath in. Slow breath out. And then drop your knees to the floor. Move your chest right forward, lowering down in slow motion for 5. Shoulders draw down and back. 4, 3, 2, scoop out the low belly. 1, hover, and then come all the way to the floor. Stretch the arms back behind you. Forehead to the mat. Firm your thighs, lift your kneecaps as you press the tops of your feet down into the mat. Draw the pinky toe sides of your feet down. Hollow out the belly. Now lift your shoulder blades off the floor. Feel the muscles between your shoulder blades engage. And now you can lift the hands. Lift the chest, the head, the feet, everything. Shavasana, locust pose. Keep the inner thighs rolling up and the pinky toe sides of the feet pressing down towards the floor. Just 2 more breaths here. And then hands come to the mat, feet press down. Inhale, cobra pose with the heart. Exhale, press back, downward facing dog. Inhale in down dog. Exhale, knees to the floor. Step the right foot forward between the hands. Extend the back knee straight. As you inhale, look forward and lengthen the spine. Exhale, step forward. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen the spine. Crown of the head presses forward. Exhale, melt forward. Inhale, lengthen. Sit bones squeeze to the heels as you rise up. Look up, palms touch. Exhale, hands come to the heart. Release the hands, soft knees. Inhale, rise. Exhale, dive forward, bow down. Inhale, half lift, lengthen, hands to shins. And then exhale, left foot steps back, runner's lunge. TP the fingers, inhale, look forward. Exhale, step back, downward facing dog. Inhale, plank pose, push the floor away. And then exhale on the knees or the feet, chest moves forward as you lower halfway down this time. Pause. Inhale, cobra pose, lift the heart. Exhale, downward facing dog. Breathe in and down. Breathe out. And then lower the knees to the floor, step the left foot forward between hands. Straighten the back knee, inhale. Exhale, step forward. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lengthen, rise all the way out, palms touch. And then exhale, hands come to the heart, close the eyes, Ujjayi breath. Letting the breath be your anchor to this moment. Connecting with the truth, what the moment has to offer. Not coloured by your past experience, preferences or judgments, but what is actually present, what is actually occurring in the body. Release the hands down. Hands come to the hips now. Step the feet hip distance apart. Grounding down through the feet. Inhale, lift the heart. Soft knees. On your exhale, hinge forward at your hips. Come to halfway lift. Take another breath in as you lengthen the spine. Good. Now exhale, folding forward with a long spine. Clasp your big toes with your peace fingers. Bending the knees as much as you need. Inhale to lengthen the spine one more time. Looking forward. And then exhale, bowing down. Draw the belly onto the thighs. The crown of the head points down towards the floor. Draw the weight forwards into the balls of the feet slightly to lift the tailbone up. And then the crown of the head down. Feeling your shoulder blades gliding up your back and away from your ears. And just noticing where the stretch needs to go today. And remember that every day the body is different. Therefore, every day the pose should be that little bit different if we're practicing honestly. Feel the breath move into the low back, the side and the back ribs. And then inhale, halfway lift, lengthen the spine. Exhale, step back, Ardha Shavasana. Okay, placing your props now, one on either side of the mat. Back into downward facing dog. On your next in-breath, lift your right leg up and back behind you, do a three-legged dog. Roll the right inner thigh up to the sky. Toes point down towards the mat. Lift the heel. One more in-breath. And then exhale, right knee to nose, hanging plank. Heel towards the butt. Shoulders come forwards over the wrists. Look forward. Now TP the right fingers. Flatten the palm as you inhale, send it up and back, three-legged dog. Inner thighs pull into the midline. Exhale, knee to nose, hanging plank. Look forward, TP the hand. Flatten the palm, inhale, send it back one more time, three-legged dog. Exhale, knee to nose, hanging plank. This time, TP the hand, step the right foot between the hands, place one hand on either of the blocks. Inhale, lengthen the spine, look forward. You can change the height of the box as feels appropriate for your body. And then exhale, lift the hips high, send the chest down towards the thigh. Pyramid pose. Good. Let's flow here. Inhale forward to lunge. Lengthen the spine. And then exhale, hips high to the sky, straighten the front leg. Curl the toes up. Fold forward. Inhale forward, runner's lunge. Lift the heart. Exhale, press it back, pyramid pose. Okay, left hand comes to the block. Right hand reaches to the sky, just in pyramid pose. Inhale. Exhale. Just one more breath here. Right hand comes back to the block. Now, spin your left foot to the ground, facing 45 degrees to the front. Right toes press down, heel to heel alignment. Corkscrew your right thigh bone backwards, and your left hip moves forwards to square the pelvis. Inhale, lift the chest, lengthen through the spine. Imagine you're telescoping the crown of the head forward. And on your exhale, start to fold forward, belly towards the thigh, nose towards the shin bone. Parsvanottanasana, full pyramid pose. And your body has its own unique expression of every pose, because your body is unique. Feeling into where the stretch needs to go, and just sliding into that groove. Your last breath here. Exhale. And then inhale, lift the chest, plant the hands down, and step back, downward facing dog. On your inhale, come to plank. Exhale, knees or feet, chaturanga, chest moves forward. Inhale, cobra pose, look for heart. Exhale, press back, downward facing dog. Breathe in and down dog. Breathe out. Now inhale, lift the left leg high to the sky, three-legged dog. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, take it back three-legged, inner thighs pull in. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, take it back. Exhale, knee to nose, hover here, shoulders move forward, look forward, tippy to hand, and then step the foot. Hands come to the blocks now. Using props, especially if you've been practicing for quite a while, requires humility. Practicing Satya also requires humility, because we often don't know what is true. Inhale to lengthen, and then exhale, lift the hips up and back and fold. Let's flow here. Inhale forward. We really need to lay down our opinions and our preferences and connect with what's happening in the moment. And then inhale, lift the chest. Plant the right hand to the block. The left hand reaches to the sky. Steady breath. The thighs are pulling in. Last breath. Good. Left hand comes down. Now right foot plants down 45 degrees to the front. Left toes press to the mat. Corkscrew that left hip bone back. Right hip bone forward. Inner thighs magnetize towards the midline, and then as you inhale, lift the heart. Lengthen the spine, crown of the head presses forward. Exhale and fold. Belly to thigh, nose towards the shin. And feeling into where the stretch needs to go. And then on your next inhale, lift the chest, look forward. Hands come to the mat, stepping back, downward facing dog. Inhale, roll forwards to plank. Exhale, chaturanga, knees or feet. Inhale, cobra or upward facing dog, you choose. And then exhale, pressing back downward facing dog. Breathe in. Breathe out. Your next in-breath now, lifting the right leg high, three-legged dog. Exhale, knee to nose, hover. Now place your right knee to your right wrist, right foot towards your left wrist, setting up for pigeon pose. Walk the hands back towards the hips. Tuck the left toes under, walk the left foot back. Square the hips to the front. Open the heart. Take a breath in. And then breathe out, folding forward. Hands come to the floor. Maybe forearms come to the floor. You can use a prop here. Give yourself some support. And I often find that using props also helps me to be more present in the pose. And when I'm more present, I'm able to connect with that introspection and have a deeper experience in the pose and in the practice. It's allowing me to be more present. Connecting with truth. Breathe into the side and back, rib cage. Feeling, sensing the expansion there. And the next inhale, coming up, walking the hands back. Tuck the toes at the back. Press yourself back into downward facing dog. On your next in-breath, lift the left leg high to the sky. Exhale, knee to nose, hanging plank. And then left knee comes to the left wrist, right foot towards the right wrist, any amount. Tuck the toes at the back, walk the right foot back. Hands come back towards the hips with the heart, square the hips towards the front. Now if it's appropriate, maybe even putting a block underneath your right sit bone to support you, allowing yourself to go inwards and really connect with presence. It's really supporting your body the best way that you can in each pose. So that we can really experience that correct perception. Free of the illusion of our past conditioning, of our preferences, yoga called Maya, that cloud our judgment and our ability to perceive the truth. Breath here, and exhale, looking forward and slowly walking the hands back, lifting the heart, tuck the toes at the back, and then pressing yourself back down and facing dog. Okay, stacking your blocks just off onto the right hand side of your mat, back into downward facing dog. On your next in-breath, lift the right leg high, three-legged dog. Exhale, knee to nose. Look forward, TV the right hand. Step the foot between the hands. Spin your left heel down. Sweep the arms up, come into warrior two. Good, so the right shin is vertical. Knife edge of the left foot is grounded down. Left quadricep is super engaged. Stretching the arms out long. And turn your gaze towards your right middle finger. Being here supremely present in the pose, as present as if it were the first time you've ever done a warrior two, that present. Feeling the breath. Right forearm comes to the right thigh. Now left arm comes over, side angle pose. Now, using your props, stretch that right hand down to the block on the outside of your right foot. Adjust the height of your block as you need. Send energy up through that left thigh all the way to your left fingertips, finding that diagonal line. Draw your shoulder blades down, lift the heart, and spiral the chest to the sky. Steady the breath. If the mind becomes busy, caught up in thoughts of the past, of how the pose was yesterday or last week when you did it, just anchor yourself back onto your breath. Letting the breath draw you back into the present moment. And then look down at your right foot, ground down through the feet, come back through warrior two, and slowly straighten your right leg. Firm both thighs, lift your kneecaps, reach forward, dip the left hip back, hinge at the right hip crease, and then right hand comes to the block, left hand comes to the sky. Feel your shoulder blades gliding down, heart spins open, gaze towards your left thumb. Feel the side ribs expanding as you inhale, and collapsing inwards as you exhale. Good, last breath here. As you exhale, look down at your right foot, bend your right knees and come back through warrior two, and then straighten the right leg. Turn the toes in, both feet are parallel to the short edge of your mat, hands to hips. Inhale, lift the heart, and exhale, fold forward. Come onto your fingertips. We're really engaging through the legs here. Inner arches, pull in towards the midline, all the way up towards your groin. And then counter that action by pressing the feet away from each other to activate the outer hips. Inhale deeply. And then exhale, left hand comes to the floor or block. Right hand comes to the sacrum. Good, inhale, find more length in the spine, more space. And exhale, twist to the right. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, scoop out the low belly as you twist a little deeper. One more breath. Option for the last breath to stretch the arm up if it feels accessible. Stacking the shoulders one on top of the other. And release. Right hand comes to the block or floor, left hand to the sacrum. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, scoop the belly and twist. Look over your left shoulder. Inhale to lengthen. And exhale, twist. Last breath, option to stretch the left arm up, stack the shoulders. And then left hand comes down. Walking your hands now around to the front leg, framing the right foot. Runner's lunge as you inhale. Exhale, Adho Mukha, Shavasana, downward facing dog. And then flow through Abhinyasa. Inhale, plank pose. Exhale, Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Breathing in. Breathing out. And the second side now as you inhale, lift the left leg high to the sky, three-legged. Exhale, knee to nose. Hover. Look forward, tippy the hand, step the foot. Good. Inhale, lengthen the spine, runner's lunge. Exhale, right heel comes down, knife edge of the right foot is grounded. Heel to heel alignment. Take a moment to move your prop ready for your second side. And then sweep the arms out long, warrior two. Left shin is vertical. Right knife edge of foot is grounded down. Hips are level. strong through the arms, gaze into the left middle finger. Just softening into this moment. Letting the breath be your anchor. Here. And then exhale, left forearm to left thigh, right arm comes over for side angle pose. Just set up that diagonal line first. Really ground down through the knife edge of your right foot. Send energy up that right side, all the way to your right fingertips. And then the left hand can come down to the block. Press the hand into the block to lift the heart. Shoulder blades glide down. And then spiral the heart open towards the sky. The inner thighs rolling up, opening through the hips. Feeling the side ribs expanding laterally as you inhale. And collapsing inwards as you exhale. Just one more breath here. And then exhale, look down at your left foot. Come back through warrior two. And then slowly straighten your left leg. Turn the toes in. The hands come behind the back this time. Inhale, interlace the fingers, lift the heart. Exhale, hinge forward, folding forward. Prasarita Padottanasana, wide angled forward bend. Good, super strong legs. Allow the weight to move forward slightly into the balls of your feet. Tailbone lifts up, crown of the head lowers down. Breath. And then releasing the hands to the floor. Breathe in, half a lift. Breathe out, walk the hands to the front, frame the left foot. Breathe in, lengthen. And breathe out, downward facing dog. And inhale, plank pose, push the floor away. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. And exhale, downward facing dog. Steady breath in. And a slow breath out. Tip the knees to the floor. Find a child's pose. Knees wide, big toes touch. Arms stretch forward. Forehead either to the floor or block. Remembering here your intention of Satya. Satya be our guide in all that we say, think and do. And holding ourselves close to that fire of truth. Fire that sometimes burns but always gives us light, shows us the correct action to take, how to say what it is that we need to say. And your next in-breath, look forward, coming up. Tucking the toes, pressing yourself up into downward facing dog as we come now into our inversion practice. Walk the feet forward, feet hip distance or out hip distance apart, and we're going to play with crow pose. So using our props here, feet on the props. So it's like you're in a forward bend position to start with. Bend the knees, hands come to the floor, lift the heels. Knees come towards the backs of the arms, move the chest forward. Now you can play with lifting one foot off the block, maybe the other foot comes up. Hollow out the belly. And then when you're ready, come down. feet in front, hands behind the knees, leaning back, preparing now for a boat pose. Lift the heart. Now if this is enough already on your lower back and your core, then stay here. To go deeper and fire up the belly more, lift the feet. Fan out the toes. For the full expression of boat pose, straightening the legs here, stretching the arms forward. We're here for 3 breaths. Perching on your tailbone. 1, 2, 3. Cross the shin bones, fold forward. Releasing, letting go. Letting go of any dishonesty, any ways in which you may be violating Satya, allowing that just to fall away. Like false armor. Coming back up. One more time, feet to the floor. Hands behind the knees, leaning back. Heart lifts. Pop the feet up. If you're coming into the full expression, maybe straightening the legs. Choose the variation that feels most appropriate for your body. The most advanced version of the pose is the one that's appropriate for you this day. It's the one that's honest. Last breath. And then this time left shin bone crosses the right as you fold forward and release. And coming up now, feet to the floor, hands forward. Tuck the tailbone under, around the lower back, the mid back, and then the upper back, slowly releasing yourself down, stepping into a mini Shavasana. Not the real thing just yet. And then hugging your right knee to your chest. Work into that right hip joint, little semicircular motions. Clasping the right knee with your left hand, now pull it across. Supine twist. Ground your right knee into the block or the floor. Stretch your right arm to the right. Send your breath into your right side body. Starting to unwind now. Back, hug the knee to the chest one more time. And then release, left knee comes up. Work into your left hip joint. And then slowly, left knee comes across to the right. Once again, grounding it into your block or the floor. Left hand reaches to the left. Breathe into the left ribs. Left lobe of the lung. Slowly behind the back, hug the knees to the chest, hug both knees to the chest, and then clasping behind the knees, rock and roll along your spine and come into a seated position. And then setting up now for our breath work, our pranayama practice, sitting up on a block or 2. And it feels most comfortable, either cross-legged or kneeling. And the breathwork practice we're going to do in this sequence is Nadi Shodhana, bringing the right hand up in front of the face. Bring your pinky and ring finger together, your middle and index finger together, and then your thumb off to the side. Pointing the middle fingers towards the third eye, the center of the brow point. Hovering your outside fingers over your left nostril and your thumb over your right nostril. Start by taking a breath in and out through both nostrils. You can close your eyes if it helps you to focus. And just notice here the balance of flow between each nostril. One is more dominant than the other. Without labeling that as good or bad, right or wrong, just notice. Now take an inhale through both nostrils. Close your left nostril with your outside fingers and exhale through your right nostril. Inhale through your right. Retaining the breath at the top. Closing your right nostril. Open your left, exhale left. Slight retention of your out breath. And inhale through the left. Closing your left, retaining the breath at the top. Then open the right, exhale right. Slight retention, pause. And inhale, right nostril. Close the right, retain the breath. Open the left, exhale left. Continuing with this pattern on your own now, alternate nostril breathing. With a slight retention at the top of your in-breath and at the bottom of your out-breath. Finding a rhythm and a pace that feels comfortable for you without overdoing, over forcing or straining. Really allowing the breath to be your anchor for this moment. Finishing up one more round, completing your exhalation through your left nostril. Placing the right hand down to your lap, palms facing up. Inhale through both nostrils. Exhale through both nostrils. Tuning into balance of flow between each side. And notice if there's any shift. Shift in the flow. Shift in your energy. Shift in your awareness. Calling out truthfulness. And any ways that you may violate this yama in your day-to-day life. And this isn't a practice of beating ourselves up or falling short, but rather naming them. And as you name them one by one, just allow them to fall to the side, just to fall away like false armor. These little white lies or transgressions of Satya conceal our true essence, our divinity, and stand in the path of our Dharma, blocking our full potential. As you name each one, it gently falls away. And you feel lighter, freer. The chin. A couple of deeper breaths. And slowly open the eyes to take in the floor. Transition onto your back now for Shavasana. Stretch the legs out wide. Arms a few inches from the body. Let the breath leave out of the mouth. And now take an inhale deeply through the nose, holding the breath at the top, holding, squeezing all the muscles in your body, tense, tense, tense. Hold on to all of the people pleasing, all of the dishonesty. Squeeze it all in. And then open your mouth side out and let it all go. Feel what a relief that is. Allowing yourself to rest now. Rest in the truth of who you are and what you are, your innermost self. Surrender into stillness. Stay here for as long as you can to rest. My heart to yours. Namaste.